guys, Ashley here. Today I'm going to be giving you all of my favorite books of 2018. These are my top picks. These are the ones that made me feel all the feels, shook me to my highest level of shookness. These were amazing. These were great. Now, I read 89 books in 2018. I did surpass my Goodreads goal. I set it for 70. I beat it. I'm so proud of myself. These are all the great books. No particular order. You know, these are the books that I just hold very close to my heart this year. This is some good literature. Here are my favorite books of 2018. Woo. So the first one that I have here today is Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackerman. This one, this one. First of all, I cannot believe that this book I read this year, it feels like a lifetime ago. I'm like, what? The Call Me By Your Name thing was this year? No way, no. But if you don't know what Call Me By Your Name is, it is about a boy named Elio, and it is about the summer that takes place around the 80s when a grad student named Oliver comes to stay at their guest house in Italy for the summer, and it's about their blossoming relationship, follows their relationship romance. It's just, let me tell you something. This book is so beautifully written and just raw and close to reality, and it got me. And I did say this before, that this is one of the best book to movie adaptations I have seen. They took the book and translated it so nicely into film, and it's so lovely, and the actress did just a good job, and I was just like crying, like the ending when he's sitting there and it's like, is this a video? Is this a video? It's so beautiful, and it's just so nicely done, and I just love it for what it is. Please pick it up. I'm obsessed with the movie. I'm obsessed with the book. I'm obsessed with the soundtrack. I'm obsessed with everything about it. Call Me By Your Name. Elio and Oliver, my two faves. Call Me By Your Name. Call Me By Your Name. Next one I have is a manga, and that one is the Astro Lost in Space series. So if you don't know what Astro Lost in Space is about, we follow a group of high schoolers as they embark on a field trip of sorts where they are sent to a planet alone without adult supervision. You know, like the dream, let's just go to space to a planet. But then something goes wrong with their mission and they end up stranded, lost in space, and you follow them as they try to make their way back home to their home planet. Now, let me tell you people, this series just surprised me, and how much I loved it. Very short, it's only 5 volumes long, but I read this one with my friend Emma from Miss Emma Reads a Lot this year, and we just had the best time. But the thing I like the most about this one is the character dynamics between all of the characters. It's one of the best character dynamics group, whatever you want to call it, in manga I read. Each one is just so uniquely individual, and they bring such a unique personality to the team. They're my children, they're my hearts. It's a really great blend of, you know, good character moments and plot, because I feel like a lot of times in manga it's either very character driven or very plot driven. There's not a really good in between where it's just this ultimate perfect little thing. This is it right here, people. This is the perfect little thing. I read the 5th one not too long ago. I was crying. It was great. It was a perfect ending. This is perfect. It's perfect. It gives you kind of those vibes if you're a fan of My Hero Academia or Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those type of shows where it's just really good characters and plot and everything, like that sense of adventure and thrill, but also has really funny moments. Please get on this hype train with me, like nobody's on it, and I'm like, come on, look at these kiddos, they're so cute. Astro Lost in Space, you will be shook. I'm still shook from the things that happened in this. Like, what? Astro Lost in Space, come be shook with me. Right, next one I have on this list, which I felt I was very apprehensive going into it because it has a lot of hype on the booktubes, but that one is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yo, this did not disappoint. This is one of my new favorite books, people. Okay, but if you don't know what this is about yet, so we follow the life of Evelyn Hugo being told through Monique. Monique is a journalist, and she gets this lifetime opportunity to interview the one and only Evelyn Hugo, who was a huge actress and starlet through the 50s, 60s, 70s for her magazine. She gets the inside scoop. But little does she know, when she actually arrives to interview Miss Hugo wants her to write her own biography instead of this story. And so we follow Monique listening to Evelyn tell the story of her life and about, you know, these 7 husbands that everyone just speculates about, because her life is kind of a secret and a mystery. Like, why did she have these 7 husbands? But yo, this is just, it's so well written and immersive and heartbreaking, and what? The characters are so well developed, and it's just so easy to fall into this world, this Hollywood, old Hollywood world that Evelyn lived in, and just hearing her story and how she had to do everything that she could to be accepted in society as a Cuban American woman, and the sacrifices she had to make in order to do the things she felt she needed to do to live her life and be respected in Hollywood. It's just very applaud-worthy and heartbreaking, and I just felt for her, and it makes you just think about kind of Hollywood in general in a different perspective. Everything is not what it seems all the time, obviously. If one were to be made into a movie, well done, I might say, this is it. Evelyn Hugo, I think, would just be so perfect on screen if they got the right people and just everything right. I feel for this woman and the sacrifices she had to make in her life and just all the hardships and everything she went through. Oh my goodness. Let me say I did not expect this ride, and I definitely am looking forward to reading more of Taylor Jenkins Reid in the future. Just the storytelling in this one, oh yeah, so good. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just shook. That's all these books are just shook. Alright, my next book. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say much about this. This is what I do every time I hold up this book in a video now. I'm just gonna do this. Hi! Hi! You know what it is. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. If you don't know what this is, like, why are you on my channel? Do you even know who my brand is? Do you know what I am? This is the last and final book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. Finale. I have a 43-minute review of that if you really want to know how I felt. A lot of crying, a lot of screaming, just a lot of emotions. My favorite series ended. What do I do with my life kind of thing. I like went through a book depression after this. There was just a lot. But basically, to sum it up, this was a perfect ending. Everything was wrapped up nicely. I am happy. I am sad. I am emotional. I am heartbroken. I am despaired. Yo, time to reread the series, you feel? That's all I'm saying about that, people. All right, the next one I have is a graphic novel, and that is The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. So this one takes place in, I believe, late 19th century or early 19th century France, where you follow Sebastian. He is the esteemed prince of the land, but little do people know that he secretly likes to go about the town and dress up in dresses in disguise. And so with the help of his best friend and seamstress Frances, she helps him embark on this fashion journey and makes these beautiful dresses for him, and he easily becomes France's fashion icon overnight. And it's just about him, you know, trying to hide his true identity. It's about being yourself, accepting who you are, loving yourself for who you are, and especially Frances. Frances and Sebastian is like one of my favorite relationships in graphic novels because she's just so accepting of who he is immediately, and their relationship is so cute and everything's so cute. The colors in this are fantastic. The illustrations I love. The dresses are amazing. It's just really cute and easy read. It makes you feel the happy things, and it's just a book about identity and self-love and acceptance, and I just really love it. And Prince and Dressmaker, like, it'll take you like not long to read at all, and you should pick it up. It's so cute. Prince and Dressmaker, look at it. Look at the aesthetics. I love the aesthetics. Jen Wang's The Prince and the Dressmaker. Go pick it up. You will not regret anything. Fall in love with Sebastian and Frances like I did. Hi. Alright, the next book I have is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. If you don't know who Marissa Meyer is, she is the author of the Lunar Chronicles, one of my favorite series of all time. I love that series. It's so timeless. It's so great. But yes, Renegades is her second series. It was once a duology. It's now becoming a trilogy, but it is about superheroes and renegades and anarchists. So the renegades are basically the superheroes, and the anarchists are basically the evil folks, the villains. So this one follows a girl named Nova. She is identifying as a renegade, but something happened to her when she was a child that makes her hate the renegades, actually. So she's kind of in disguise because everyone in this universe has like an alter ego. They have like their regular form, and then they have their like superhero alter ego. So all of that changes when she meets a boy who is a self-proclaimed renegade as well, and little does he know that they're actually secret enemies and they don't know who they are, and it's just, ooh, the tension, ooh. But yeah, this one is really good at figuring out what is the fine balance of evil and good. Which side do you belong to? Because sometimes like the motives of yourself, does that make you evil even though your motives have good intentions but what you're doing is evil? It's just, it draws that line between good and evil, and it's just so good. And one thing I love about Marissa Meyer's writing, and I always say this, is that she does such a good job at writing young adult. This is why I still love young adult, is Marissa Meyer, because it's appropriate for like all age levels. You can recommend this to anybody and it's still so good. I still get all the feels. Her writing is just so good. And this, let me tell you people, I don't like superheroes. I hate Marvel, DC, I don't like any of that crap. Sorry, I only like Spider-Man and Deadpool. Deal with it. This one, I was really apprehensive because I was like, superheroes. I hate reading books about superheroes. I don't do that. But this one was so good, and now I'm no longer afraid. So Renegades by Marissa Meyer, just, It was amazing. The ending had me like shook. Also, all these books, like I said, shook. Such good characters, such good development of the world especially, and just explaining how the society works between renegades and anarchists. It was a fun, adventurous time, and I really liked it. Yes. Alright, next one I have is also another graphic novel, and that is Fence by C.S. Pacat. So this one follows Nicholas, and he is the son of a retired fencing champion. So we follow him as he is in the all-boys boarding school of Kings Row, where we are just immersed in this cutthroat world of fencing, the sport of fencing, where he ultimately will have to face his half-brother because he is the illegitimate son of this, esteemed champion, and the mysterious Seiji Katayama. What's gonna happen? What? You know what's gonna happen. This drama is gonna happen. But like this, I guess, falls into that same category of like sports lit. If you like probably Foxhole Court or like Yuri on Ice, yeah, Fence is for you. It's very simplistic, and it's just like fencing and this relationship between all these boys. It's very simple, but also gets me in the feels. It's so cute and so addicting. I love the weird tension between Seiji and Nicholas, because that's what that's about. This tension between these two rival fencers, There's always that tension. You gotta love it. But Fence, if you know me, I've been raving about Fence on this channel for a while. Fence, Fence, Fence. Pick up Fence, Fence, Fence. Who thought I would care about fencing? But I do, because Fence. Fence. Alright, next one I have is The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci. Now this one thoroughly surprised me about how much I enjoyed this one. I was just like, what? So this one's a self-published book. Yo, this one's so good. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is one of the first like fantasy ones I read this year, and it got me just in a fantasy high. I just went off. So if you don't know what The Savior's Champion is about, in this society, there is one called the Savior who is born, and she is their god, so to speak. They're like, she's purified our land. She is it. She's not necessarily royalty, but she's the one. She's the savior. Everyone is, oh, the savior. And whenever the savior becomes of age, they hold a tournament in their land trying to find her husband. So this year, Tobias enters, and we follow him as he goes through these trials to try to win the savior. Not romantically, he doesn't care about the savior. He hates her, but the winner gets a huge compensation for their family, like cash, money, riches. So his family isn't that well off, so he enters this competition for his family. And we follow him in this competition, and let me tell you, this ain't a simple competition. I like to say this is a cross between some trashy things, The Bachelor and The Hunger Games. The Bachelor because it's these 25 men competing for the savior. The Hunger Games because they're competing for the savior in these freaking scary ass, dangerous, death-killing tournament-style challenges. People die. People cut people. They will cut you. They will cut a bitch. These challenges were cray-cray. But I really like The Savior's Champion because it is very action-packed and never left me bored. Each challenge that was presented, I was like, oh shoot, and then people kept dying. The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moreci, I highly recommend. Do they really love her, or they just want the money? Are they a bunch of gold diggers? You don't really know, but it's fun to watch. Next one I have is another manga that I recently picked up and binge read the freaking heck out of, and that is Waiting for Spring. Yo, Waiting for Spring is the shoujo dream. Like, you want to feel the feels, you want to scream the screams. Waiting for Spring had me screaming a heck of a lot. I read 7 volumes in 3 days. That is literally crazy. Books A Million, they had a buy 2 get 1 free, and I was like, I can't deny that deal. Waiting for Spring, we follow a girl named Mitsuki. She has a very heavy social anxiety where she kind of just doesn't feel like she belongs ever. She feels like nobody wants to be her friend and that her friendship isn't really worthy. She always just feels left out and not really important in the crowd. Her presence doesn't really matter. So we follow her as she meets the 4 elite and handsome boys of the boys basketball team at her high school, and how they all form this unique bond and friendship. She discovers, what it truly means to have true friends and have a relationship with other people and feel wanted. But of course, the drama occurs where, the boys basketball team, they're not allowed to date. And of course, one of them, she feels such attraction to. He feels an attraction to her, but it's like, we like each other. We won't tell each other. There's tension. It's angsty. A good shoujo drama screaming time. I think I've never screamed so much at a shoujo manga. I love Horimiya and Dreamin' Sun, don't get me wrong, but this one, literally screaming so much. Alright, next one I have to show you is actually another graphic novel. I loved the graphic novels this year, and apparently the sports, because that one is Check Please, Book 1, Hockey by Ngozi Ukazu. We follow a boy named Biddy during his freshman and sophomore year of college at Samwell University, participating in the boys hockey teams. Just follow his journey in college, and unlike Fence, which does revolve more around the sport of fencing. Like you do focus on fencing a lot more. And this one, hockey isn't really the center focus. It's more about the relationship and bond he forms in between all these boys. You know, what could go wrong? It's his first year of college, but then there's Jack, the handsome captain of the hockey team. What could go wrong with Jack here? Obviously drama and romance is gonna ensue with this, but this one is so funny and so relatable in social media. Social media is integrated so well. It's so funny. Actually, why I relate to Biddy a lot is because he is a YouTuber himself. He's a vlogger. So he'll have random bits where he's vlogging and talking to his camera and he's like, hey vlog, it's Biddy here. And I'm like, boy, that is me. But it just has so many funny moments. She just did a really good job of telling a modern, funny, college, romance, sports, drama tale. And it's just great, and it's my new favorite thing. Check Please is actually originally a webcomic. If you're hesitant to buy the nice hardcover I have here, you can go read it online for free, and I highly recommend checking out Check Please. Yay! Alright, and the last book, my last favorite book of 2018. If you know me, one of my favorite duologies of all time is the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo, aka The Queen. I love that series. I love Kaz Brecker, you know what I mean? The complete trash I am. I never read the Grisha Trilogy. I was very afraid of it. So this year I read the Grisha Trilogy and yo, did not disappoint. It's not as good as Six of Crows, but it's great in its own way. And I feel like if you are a fan of Six of Crows, you should really read and push through the Grisha Trilogy just to get that background knowledge. I picked my favorite out of the whole trilogy, and I decided that it was Siege and Storm, which is the second one, mainly because you meet my boy, my Fox King, Nikolai. Like, hi, Nikolai, can't wait for King of Scars. I completely fell into that hype. Nikolai, yes. The Darkling, oh, my heart break. Shadow and Bone, it's okay, but then this one, I was like, whoa. And I love knowing the history behind the world of the Grisha universe and like how it started. Leigh Bardugo, such a good job at world building, and I just, Nikolai, the Darkling, like you little evil bitch, but I love you. So yes, read the Grisha Trilogy. Can you tell I'm excited about it? Oh my god, King of Scars. King of Scars! Alright guys, and that is all of my favorite books of 2018. I try to make an equal balance, like get some fantasy, get some general fiction, get some graphic novels, get some manga. Try to make it very diverse in my selections. Those are all my favorite books of 2018. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment and like below. Please let me know what your favorite books of 2018 were. What book got you, shook you, stabbed you in the heart, made you shook? You know what I'm trying to say. Let me know what your favorite book of 2018 was. Alright guys, my name is Ashley. This is ashleyoutpaged. I will see you in the new year. Bye. Thank you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.